Hello, hello, good evening, How are you guys? Hello, everybody.
Hi, Mr.
Hey, hello, Andres, Fulvia, how are you? Daniela, Ludwig, hello, sir. And who do we have here? And Santiago, right? Oh,
Good evening, teacher.
Hello, how are you guys? It's 6:06, but let's give them a few more minutes. We might have somebody new, who knows? So let's see, okay? In the meantime, I'm gonna put a sweater on. I think it's getting cold already. All right, so give me 1 minute, please. Okay, so hello, you guys. How are you? Friday. Do you guys know what we say in the States? I don't think in British English, but in the States, every Friday we say this phrase here. Well, this abbreviation here. Does anybody know what that means? Anybody? Have you guys ever hear somebody say that? TGIF? No, nobody? Well, it means thank God it's Friday. So that's what it means. It means thank God it's Friday. So every Friday, usually you get to work or you get to school, you're like, oh, TGIF, everybody, right? Thank God it's Friday. So TGIF, everybody. All right, so is this recording? Yes. Okay, so tonight we are going to start with Unit 24. We pretty much did everything of Unit 23. Yesterday we had written work class. You guys worked on that unit, so nobody should be behind on their work, right? Yesterday you did a little bit, a lot of you did a lot. You know, I've seen some of it I'm going to see tonight. And and see how you did. But that's the way you're supposed to try to keep on keep updated, right? With your work. Don't fall behind, okay? And you have that Duolingo too to do, so don't fall behind on that. Try to work on a couple of those maybe this weekend. What else? And that's it. So so good job on you guys with Unit 23. And now we're gonna go into Unit 24. And it's real simple today, real simple and real easy. We're gonna talk about ever and never. I get confused sometimes. Let me write it on the chat box for you guys. So these are the phrases, words we are using today, or we're gonna learn about today. They're used, right? How we use it and with what tense. Ever and never. So that's what we are covering today, ever and never. And ever and never, they're very interesting. You know, it's like never already has a negative meaning, so we don't use it with not, you know, with negative form. It's already means something negative. I have never. So that's one of the differences. Ever, we can use it in positive sentences and in negative sentences, in questions also. And both of them, we usually use it with the present perfect. And in America, in the States, you could also use it with the past, if I'm not mistaken, but not in British. British English doesn't use it like that, just with the present perfect. So anyway, so tonight we're gonna see ever and never. Okay. So let me try and share screen with you guys real quick. So give me a second. I'm gonna see where that's at. Okay, so let me share screen with you guys, and let's see real simple presentation of the center so you guys can really just grasp it real quick, ever and never. And then I'll show you a Jamboard that I made while I was doing. And we'll see it in a different way. We'll see some examples, we'll do some exercises, and that'll be the night, okay? All right, so, sorry, excuse me. Oh, man, what happened? Sorry, 1 second, you guys. Okay. All right. So this is ever and never, okay? And like I was telling you guys how we can use each one, it's this way. So ever is used in negative sentences to express at no time, para expresar en ningún momento, right? At no time. En otras palabras, never. O para preguntar preguntas, para hacer preguntas, to ask a question. Cuando tienen una duda, when you have a doubt, duda, right? So ever is used in negative sentences to express at no time, en ningún momento, right? Or to ask a question when you have a doubt, right? Para preguntar cuando tienen duda. In affirmative sentences, it expresses at any time, en cualquier momento. So lo vamos a utilizar en forma positiva con sentences positivos, affirmative, afirmativos. So vamos a expresar en cualquier momento, at any time. Right? Eso es lo que estamos expresando. En positive sentences, at any time, cualquier momento, at any time. All right. So let's read it again. Ever is used in negative sentences, affirmative sentences, question sentences, right? In negative sentences, to express at no time. In questions, when you have a doubt, tiene una duda. And in affirmative sentences, to express at any time, cualquier momento. All right? All right. So here go some examples. Don't ever talk to me like that. In other words, está diciendo, never talk to me like that. Right? Nunca me hables de esa manera. Don't ever talk to me like that. All right? No, nunca vamos a decir, don't never. No existe esto. It doesn't exist. Don't never. All right? So never, nunca, never say don't never. All right, so never use don't with never. You see? Just never is already negative. Negative, it's already has a negative meaning, you know? Never. All right. So have you ever heard of Flint Westwood? In a question form, right? In other words, is asking you if you're down, si estás dudando, do you know who Flint Westwood is, right? Have you ever heard of Flint Westwood? Es una pregunta frente a doubt. If you're in a doubt, then you would ask that question using ever. If you, in affirmative, right? If you ever see him, tell him he still owes me money, right? En cualquier momento está expresando, right? If you ever see him. If you see him at any time, in other words, in otras palabras, right? Tell him he still owes me money. Okay, so that's pretty clear how I read it, right? So let's see, Santiago, read the yellow box again, please. Slow and just try to read it real clearly, okay?
Okay, teacher. Ever I use in negative sentence to express at no time, never,
Yeah, okay.
or not ask a question when you have a doubt. In affirmative sentence, it expresses at any time in the time.
At any time, right? So affirmative sentences, it expresses at any time. Just En cualquier momento, a cualquier momento. Esto te confunde, right? When you read it at any time, in the time, right? So just in your own words, en sus propias palabras, let's see, Andres, how would you tell me how we use ever? No, let me tell you in my own words primero. I'll tell you in my own words, and then you can hear what I say, and then you can try to see how you would say it, okay? So as the yellow box says, ever is used in negative sentences, questions, question form, and affirmative form, right? When we ask in a negative sentence, we're expressing no time. When we do a question, we are having a doubt about something, so we ask questions using ever. And in affirmative sentences, we are expressing at any time, right? At any time, en cualquier momento. That's all you have to know, en ese modo, you know? Try to learn it that way. Traten de aprendérselo that way, you know, so you can reason a little bit. So instead of just reading, ever is used in negative sentences to express at no time, or to ask questions when you have a doubt. In affirmative sentences, it expresses at any time, right? All right, good. So let's see, Andres, just read the examples, please, all three. Read the first two.
Hey,
The first
Mr.
one.
Don't ever talk to me like that. Have you ever heard of Clint Eastwood?
Okay,
If you ever seen him, tell him he still owns my money.
good. So if you ever see him, tell him he still owes me money, right? Dile que a él que todavía me debe dinero. Si lo ves a él, right? Es decir, en cualquier momento estamos expresando. Si lo ves a él, si lo verías, dile esto, you know? At any time. That's that sentence's example. And then the question is, está dudando, right? Do you know, have you ever heard of Clint Westwood? And then in negative form, usando el don't ever talk to me like that. All right, good. All right, so that's in negative, questions, and affirmative, right? Now it says in positive sentences, ever could refer to a first instance, puede referirse a una primera instancia, primera vez, una primera instancia. In positive sentences, ever could refer to a first instance. Let's see the example para que sea claro, right? That's the first time anyone has ever asked me that. La primera vez que alguien me ha preguntado eso, right? That's the first time anyone has ever asked me that, right? So that's a first instance, right? Primera instancia, first time anyone has. Harold Warbuckle is the most demanding client I have ever met, right? Harold was the most demanding client I have ever met, first instance. The first job I ever had was in a toothpaste factory, first instance also, right? First job I ever had. All right, so sometimes, so when in positive sentences, ever could refer to a first instance. So now you guys know. If you didn't know, now you know, right? All right, so just like it says here, right? In all the situations the people has or had the experience for the first time, meaning first instance, right? That's what that means. That's all. All right, so let's see. Oops, sorry. Fulvia, can you read the yellow box and then the first, no, and then the examples, please?
In positive sentences, ever could refer to a first instance.
Good.
Lo siguiente más.
Yes, los tres ejemplos, please, the three examples.
That's the first time anyone has ever asked me that.
Okay, good.
Harold
Ahí era,
Warbuckle.
exacto, Warbuckle, right?
Harold Warbuckle is the most demanding client I have ever meet.
Okay, good.
The first job I ever had was in a toothpaste factory.
Okay, good. Very good. Good job. Good job. Rubén. Thank you. All right, so that's another way ever could refer to a first instance. Okay, you guys. So just keep that in mind, right? So then we've seen how we can make it in a negative, in the positive, and in the question, and then when the positive, it could mean first instance, right? Or we can talk about at any time, right? In the positive sentences. Okay. Now, never, as I said, it already has a negative. It's already a negative term. See, it has a negative meaning already. So we don't never use it with not, right? And we don't never use it. See, to avoid double negatives. To avoid saying I have not, never, right? That's two negatives. So to avoid double negatives, we don't use don't or not with never. We just use never. It already means that. So never means at no time, en ningún momento, right? At no time. Never means en ningún momento, at no time. And it is a negative term used in affirmative constructions. All right, so pongan atención to that. You know, it's a negative term used in affirmative constructions. I never want to see this score in your score report again. I don't ever, estamos diciendo lo mismo, right? I don't ever want to see this score in your score report again. I never want to see this score in your score report again. Same thing, both means the same thing. It's already a negative with ever, using don't, and never already means negative, right? I do not want to see score in your score report in the future. Anyway, this is a difference, right? Without the. All right, so let's look at some examples. He has never seen a lion. He hasn't ever seen a lion. At no time in his life, what is it? At no time in his life, he has seen a lion. That's what it means, right? At no time, because never means at no time. So it's just expressing what he has never seen a lion. Aquí abajo solo te está expresando what it means, right? At no time. He has never seen a lion. At no time in his life, he has seen a lion, right? So same thing here. All right. So that's the use of ever and never. That's it. Ever with negative sentences using don't, with affirmative sentences, right? With questions when you have a doubt. Never already means something negative, so it means that en ningún momento, at no time, right? And that's pretty much it. And in positive sentences, ever could refer to a first instance. We've seen some examples. And that's it. En cualquier momento, right? With ever, in positive sentences, en cualquier momento, at any time. All right, so don't forget that. All right, so let's just do some examples and see if we can get those right. All right, so let's practice. All right, so let's see. Jorge, hello, how are you? Do number one, please. I know you came in a little late, but we're just, I don't know if you caught on a little bit. If not, let me know.
Okay, mister. This is the only time the children have
Ever or never?
Solo tiempo. Never.
This is the only time the children, este es el único momento que los niños han
Ever.
Ever, right?
Sí.
Okay,
Have
good.
ever been to the theater.
Good. Okay, good. So this is the only time the children have ever been to the theater, right? All right, let's see number two. Oh, well, let's see. Let's see number two real quick. Daniela, do number two.
She has never bought a car before.
She has never bought a car before. Very good, right? She has never bought a car before. Number 3, Rodrigo.
I've never tried Malaysian food.
I have never tried Malaysian food. Very good. Ludwig, do number 4.
Okay, teacher. Do you have ever seen Lucy?
No, you don't have to throw in, the have verb, just directly. Sin el have.
Okay, teacher. Do you ever see Lucy?
Exactly. Do you ever see Lucy? Right. We said that when we're doubting, when it's a doubt, una duda, and you do questions with ever, right? Do you ever see Lucy? Right. Good. I have never tried Malaysian food. She has never bought a car before. This is the only time the children have ever been to the theater. All right. Very good. Very good. Let's see. Number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go with see who else is here. Let's go with the word you already asked, Daniela. Phobia. Can you do number 5, please?
Okay. If you ever come to the UK, give me a call.
Good, very good, right? If you ever come to the UK, give me a call. Very good. Number 6, Santiago.
They don't never eat meat.
Remember, no double negatives. ¿Te acuerdas que estábamos diciendo ahorita que no para evitar dobles negativos, porque never ya es un negativo por sí? Entonces nunca lo utilizamos con don't.
They never eat meat.
Good. So they don't ever eat meat, right? Good. Very good. Okay, good. So qué bien que te diste cuenta, all right? So they don't ever eat meat. If you ever come to the UK, give me a call. All right. And let's see, Andres, do number 7, please.
Have you ever been to New Zealand?
Exactly, right? Good job. Have you ever been to New Zealand? Because it's a question form. We have to use ever, right? Have you ever been to New Zealand? Very good. And number 8, oops, sorry. Number 8, let's go with Jorge again.
I don't ever study at the weekend.
I don't ever study at the weekend, right? We can't say I don't never study because that's double negative. So, and then in the negative form, we have to use ever. We said, right, with don't, I don't ever study at week. Good, very good. Let's see, number 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Let's go with Rodrigo. Do number 9, please.
I've never been to Barcelona.
Very good. I've never been to Barcelona. All right, very good. Good job. Number 10. Let's go with what happened here? Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. I don't know why you're there. Okay. All right, so this doesn't change up like crazy. Ludwig, do the next one, please.
Okay, teacher. We never go to the cinema.
Where are we? Never go to the cinema, right? Very good. Number 11, let's go with Daniela again.
We never go to the cinema.
Number 11. Sorry, number 11.
Have you ever seen such a lovely picture?
Very good. Have you ever seen such a lovely picture? Very good. And number 12, let's go with Fulvia again, please.
¿Cuál me dijo, teacher? Perdón.
Number 12.
Okay. This is the best party I've ever been to.
Very good. This is the best party I've ever been to. Very good. And number 13, let's go back to Rodrigo. Do number 13, please.
I never saw such a big cake before.
Very good, right? Good job. I never saw such a big cake before. Okay, good. Very good. Good job, you guys. All right, now let's go and look at this Jamboard that I have, and maybe we'll see it in a different way or something. Let's stop sharing. And let's go back to sharing this Jamboard I have here. Let's see. Okay, so the same thing we just said, and we saw in the slides, right? Ever means at any time, right? And never means at no time, right? Or not at any time, same thing, right? So let's not get confused. Let's just stick with ever means at any time, never means at no time, all right? We often use ever and never with the present perfect, right? That's what I had at the beginning. I told you guys that. We often use it with that tense, the present perfect, but it can also be used with other tenses, like here in the US, right? Never and ever are commonly used with the past simple, like I also told you guys at the beginning. And this is less common in the UK. So in American English, you can say, I never saw such a big fish before, using the simple past. I never saw such a big fish before. I never went to the zoo before, right? So I can use the past simple in American English. In British English, they don't like that. They don't use it like that. They use it with the present perfect. All right. So here goes an example, or here goes some examples. Let's see. Santiago, can you read this green peg here?
Okay, teacher.
The green one. ¿Dónde está el
I've
dónde
never
está
been to
apuntando el pointer?
They had never seen such a beautiful sunset before. Does she ever visit her mother?
Okay, good, very good. So it says, I've never been to Brazil. They had never seen such a beautiful sunset before. Does she ever visit her mother? Right. All right, so let's can you guys see the present perfect there? Who's going to remind me of how we do that? Do you guys see it? Yeah, we're gonna see a little thing right now with the present perfect anyway. So all right, so let's just keep it that way. All right, we got 5 minutes in the first class. All right, so the same thing we said in the slides, ever means at any time, never means at no time, right? And we often use ever and never with the present perfect. But in American English, we can also use it with the past simple. An example, I never saw such a big fish before. And examples with the present perfect, I have never been to Brazil. They had, so el have, he had, right? After the subject. I have never been to Brazil. They had never seen such a beautiful sunset before. Does she ever visit her mother? Right. All right, so let's look at some other examples. I think the second one is the where I had. This is where I wanted to show you guys. Let me move this to this side. All right, so the present perfect with ever and never. All right. Again, ever means at any time, never means at no time, right? We can use ever with questions, negative form, using don't. We can use it in a positive way, affirmative sentence, we said, right? That means at any time. So, and never is already negative, so we don't use, to avoid double negatives, we don't never use it in a negative form. All right. So with the present perfect, have you ever played basketball? Right? Nobody has ever heard of this book. This is the first time I have ever eaten Italian pizza. Have you ever been to an opera? Right? Those are examples with ever. And with never, we should never have done that. He has never seen him. What else? We have never traveled by train. We have never met with her until now. And I have never been to Spain, right? All right, so the present perfect, have or has after the subject. If we're gonna do it in a question form, the have or has goes before. Have you, have they, have I, has she, has he, has it, right? All right, good. So just a reminder. All right, so then that's the use with the present perfect with ever and never. Now let's go and see some examples, some exercises with that. All right, with the present perfect. Hold on one second here. Let me stop sharing. All right, so let me pull up this exercise I have and I will be right back. Okay, so let me share screen and let's solve this exercise so we can just practice ever and ever. All right, let me move this over on this side. Okay, so Rodrigo, do number 1, please.
Okay, number 1. This is the only time the children have ever been to the theater.
Hey, is this the same? Is this our same? It is our same one, huh? The same one as the book. Did you guys see it? I just realized that. Look. Huh, that's crazy. All right, so let's get out of here. We just did this already, right? Do you guys recognize?